Saturday's game between the Ticats and Riders was watched by an average audience of 671,000 viewers, beating the Blue Jays telecast by 45%. The lowest viewed game of the week, Montreal at Edmonton, was still watched by a very respectable average English audience of 495,000 people, with week two averaging viewership of 571,000 across the board. What did these numbers tell us about the popularity of the CFL?
That people really wanted to see it come back and watch the CFL, Hodge. And in comparison to some of the other sports leagues, the NHL and the NBA, namely, and even the NFL a little bit, their numbers dropped off. That was mainly just really the NHL and the NBA, because it seems like every year the NFL numbers go up. And a lot of people will say, well, are the numbers really realistic? Because a lot of people are cutting the cord now and streaming games. Well, I've been told by some respected people in the television and the sports media industry that the streaming numbers, and yes, the Riders set a record for TSN direct streamers in week one, but they're not generally as high as you would think. So they're nowhere close to the television rating numbers at all. So overall, it's a positive for the league that the television numbers are up compared to 2019, because as I mentioned, the NHL and the NBA had issues with their TV ratings going down during the pandemic, when people thought that they would explode because nobody had anything else to do other than stay at home and potentially watch sports. But clearly there's lots of options out there. I think what it does show is that for the Riders specifically, that they can outdraw the Blue Jays in a time where they were going head to head. And some people said, well, the main fan base for the Jays is based in Toronto and Eastern Canada, and that game was at 10 o'clock on the West Coast against the Seattle Mariners. But still, head-to-head, beating the Jays, even though they play essentially every night of the summer, 162 games a year. The Rough Riders only play in a normal season 18, and then plus the playoffs. Obviously, this year it's 14. Might make a difference there, but I think it's certainly notable.